Watch. Termites, termites, termites. Ah.
Oh, Bob, look.
Their water, is their water frozen?
No.
I can come back for that blue one.
We're out here doing the chores on a frosty morning.
You can see the pigs have made a giant nest right here that they slept in side by side to stay warm last night. Good morning, how's it going?
Good, I feel like I have done a whole day's work already. I'm not even out of my pajamas. It's day 2 of, or I guess it's day 3 of making applesauce, but it's day 2 of canning. I'm gonna get my apple butter canned up. I'm gonna make probably 14 more quarts of applesauce and can it, and then I'm hoping to make one more batch of apple butter depending on how much I get out of this last batch. I made 29 quarts so far. I think if I don't make apple butter, I'll have another 21 quarts, and that's only 49 quarts for the year, but I'll take it. I could buy more apples, but I just don't see having more time in the month of December to put up applesauce.
I'm working to get an earlier start. Bree's awesome at getting an early start. So I think we were successful this morning. I got down the hill a little earlier.
Way earlier, you did
Yeah,
good.
way earlier, and I'm getting out the door not as early as I want. I want to be out the door at either 9 or 10. Like
To start
after,
on the house?
Yeah, after all the chores are done, after kids are fed breakfast, like our whole morning routine is done. We've already done work, but actually start my work day. I'd like to start at 9. That would be my goal.
I mean, I could help with that because I feel like, you know, pretty much the kids' whole life, they've like gotten up when they wake up. And when they were little, that means they got up at 6. But now that some of our kids are getting older, they are sleeping in.
Yeah.
So we might need to change wake up time.
We may need
Like
to actually wake them
have
up.
a wake up time, which is kind of a different season of life. Like we have to wake our kids up, which is so weird because they've always gotten up so early.
So you're jumping into school right now. I'm going down to bust out on the house, try to have a productive day, and I'll see you. I'll probably swing by for lunch.
Yeah, we'll have something for you. Guess what we're having for dinner?
What are we having?
Pork belly, Brussels sprouts, homemade cinnamon bread,
That sounds good.
butter.
Okay, into the house. Another gutting day. I'm excited about this. I haven't gotten through the honeymoon period yet. I'm still having fun. Maybe there won't be a honeymoon period. I don't know. All right, today, living room. I was in here yesterday, knocked out just a little bit I had left over in the kitchen. Whoa! Look at that! A bee's nest. Can you imagine if I tore this one off when there were bees in there? That thing's huge. All right, that's done now. Let's move on and work on gutting this living room. First of all, I have to move a few things out of here. We've got this kerosene monitor heater. This kept us warm several winters, along with a wood stove. I think I just have this one screw. I have this outside vent. Oh,
I remember this. There's screws right here. Oh man. I think this is a chance actually to try out this tool, this attachment for the first time. This is a right angle. Have you ever seen one of those? And then last, gosh, it's way down there. I have to get down there and undo this kerosene line. It's right there. I can't even see it. Maybe if I move this out of the way. Uh-oh, kerosene. Oh yeah, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna try to find someone to give that monitor heater to. Those are great heaters. The thing's many years old. All right, now that that's done, got a little more stuff to clear out. I'm gonna jump to time-lapse mode and knock it out so you don't have to see every little detail. Okay, a couple little things that kind of mean a lot to me that I'm gonna save. There's this like flue cover. I just like that. I know it's old and then this one also is kind of Hobby Lobby-ish, but I like it a lot. And this one also, not my style, but there's something about it. I think it's because Bree bought it. Okay, the next step, take off all the window trim, all the trim on the paneling, and all the baseboard trim. Just wow! Look at this! This is the first place we've seen the weathered 100-year-old paneling that was on this house. This is right above the fireplace. It received a lot of heat, and I think it's incredibly beautiful. All the rest of it I found in the house has been painted like that, but the whole interior of the house used to look like this. This is what a 100-year-old house looks like. I started off cold. I am cooking hot now. I have to get off one layer. Okay, things are moving right along. Next, we're doing the old layer of beadboard paneling. We got 3 walls in this room to do. And time is flying past! What did I say? Time flies when you're having fun, right? Termites too. Look at this beam. It's gone up here. I just, you know, removed 18 inches of this 4x4. It's an oak 4x4 just with a tool. Like, look at this. They just destroyed this beam. But even when you look at an area that looks good, like right here, watch. Look what's crazy, they didn't really get into this one beside it at all. They ate all of this one. Look at that crumble. That's unreal. Like this whole thing could just be moved with one hand of this tool. It's just coming apart and crumbled down. Look at that. Look at that tile. That's crazy. I have seen one other little spot over here. Maybe 2 actually. But nothing quite like that. There's a little, this one here. Same thing, it's a 4x4. Why is that? They got into that 4x4. It's not the same, but it has, I mean, look at that. It's, you know, 100% structurally compromised. There's nothing there to hold up the house. Where was that other one? There's one other spot. Yeah, one spot right there by that window. Oh man, you know, what's a surprise to me is how much damage there is. It's not throughout the house, but there's a couple spots. What's not a surprise though is that we actually found termites here, because just when you have a house this old, you know, it's gonna have some termites in it, most likely. You know, something I think about renovating houses, it's kind of like the definition of renovating houses is fixing problems. You know, if there wasn't problems to start with, we would be living in the house. And if there weren't problems, you wouldn't renovate it. You're like going and looking for every single thing wrong with the house. And guess what? When you're renovating, you find a lot. A lot. So it doesn't intimidate me. I mean, for example, like all that wood is coming out anyway. That whole wall would be gone anyway. So it's not like I even have to do any special work here. Just tear it all out. And then of course there'll be a termite treatment like at that point. I guess it's at the point where we're transitioning to putting in new wood and then working on the foundation. I'll have to figure out termite treatment to make sure it's code compliant for a renovation. I'm not sure if there's a requirement there, but I'd also like to hunt around from some of these green pest control companies and just see what solutions they have, if any, that might be less toxic. But we want something effective, right? You don't want to build a new house and have the termites gobble it. No. So it's not even like a letdown that I found termites in here. It's just house renovation. I haven't got discouraged yet looking at the size of the project. I mean, there's a little intimidation factor, but I know roughly the amount of work that a job like this takes. It's a huge amount of work, and it's problems every day. But you just do them one at a time, knock them out, tear them out rather. Tear them out, rebuild them, put them together, and do it right. Okay, shutting things down for now.
All right, yet again, sorry to quit, but I'm glad to be out of that mask. And I'll be glad when I work my way out of that mask. As soon as I got back up here to this rental house, I found out there's no water. There's no water. But if it's on a well, there would have to be a pressure tank. So, and it's not, I don't think it's on a well. I think it must be on a shared well or a spring.
I got you a surprise today. I got you 2 surprises today.
Buffalo boy. That's like sheer delight. That's like.
That's right, I got you 2 because I figured that's what you would do with them.
This one bumped this one away.
Yeah, it bunked it away. Where did it bunk it away from?
Oh, so it bumped me away from the girls.
That was so fun.
That's the dada buffalo.
Is that the daddy? What's that one?
Look at the one.
It's what?
He said it's a girl.
It's a girl.
You told me earlier we're having pork belly. How are you cooking it?
I mean, I'm just putting salt and pepper on it, maybe a little maple syrup on half, since some people like theirs sweet. And then I'll take it out, and I'm gonna make some of that fermented mustard. I'm gonna make like a sauce, and then I'm gonna cook the Brussels sprouts in it.
Sounds good.
And then we'll have applesauce and bread. I need to warm the bread up.
If you've never eaten pork belly, it's basically uncured bacon, and it's pork meat from the underside of the belly of a pig.
It's what you think of as bacon,
It's
but
bacon, but this is uncured.
it's uncured, so it does not taste like bacon.
Well, it looks
tastes
delicious.
like pork. It tastes like fried pork. But to me, it tastes a little more like bacon if you add just a bit of maple syrup and a lot of salt.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I need another.
Tasty.
I need another this size cast iron. I think that's what I'm gonna get for Christmas. I need all of my pots and pans to be like this giant. I need giant things. When you cook pork belly, you gotta cook it on a really low heat because you want to render the fat off of it. If you cook it too fast, big chunks of fat stay on it. But low heat will render that fat down, and you'll be left with more. Well, you'll be left with meat instead of just giant globs of fat. But I mean, no one in my family minds giant globs of fat. So I try to cook it pretty low heat.
Hey kids, come grab these apples for the pigs.
The pigs are benefiting from Bree's apple saucing over the past few days with a bunch of apple scraps and cores. Come on guys, let's go. Oh no, all the lettuce is uncovered. Come on.
Why did you jump?
Can you go up that hill? Can you climb that hill?
Let me help Button.
After you give the chickens water and fill up the blue bucket with water, fill up the big red bucket as well. Because we can't do that in the morning because it'll be frozen. Sometimes when you gain one thing that you really want, you can lose another. And I've been thinking a lot about the amount of time I spend working and the time I spend with family and the kids. I'm deliberately building time into my day, every day, that's apart from the family so I can be productive. And that seems to kind of fly in the face of, you know, everything we're doing out here. And like the whole reason behind starting a home-based income stream, that was so that I could be more free, but largely be more free to spend with Bree and the kids. So what I'm trying to do is focus on quality over quantity for this time period when I'm really working on this project right here. So today we're going to combine two things that I think are very, very good things: work and play. We're going to work together and do the chicken chores, but I told the kids in the remainder of about the 45 minutes that we have before supper, if we get the work done fast, then we'll play freeze tag. One of their favorite things to do.
You go with me to check the eggs because I don't even know what ones.
Are these wooden eggs?
Yeah.
Okay, put these back in the nesting boxes then. But go with him and check the eggs so he can tell which ones are which ones.
Okay.
I have a treat for you. And you may get diarrhea, but I don't think you will because you were made to handle this kind of stuff. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Put them on the picnic table for now. Hey Justice, you and Joyful go to the garden and start pulling those covers over the rows. We're losing light. I got a quick hay run to these cows and the goats, I guess. Hey. Oops, sorry. You gonna help me?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
I'll beat you to the garden.
You'll beat me? Covered it up. Did Joy do that?
I think so.
Oh, great job, Joy.
But.
What? That is just kale. That's fine. She covered all the lettuce and stuff. Let me fix this one spot. This is a treasure under here for us, and we're gonna keep it as long as we can. I don't know how long it'll last, but for now, we're eating fresh lettuce salads, eating beautiful kale, eating Swiss chard whenever we want. We're racing again. All right guys, time for freeze tag. We're gonna just do 1 or 2 rounds. Who wants to be it first?
Daddy. Yeah, Daddy.
I'll be it.
I can shoot water. Get me.
I'll get you. Go. Good game, everybody. You didn't catch. I couldn't catch you.
Hold your hand. Look at the Christmas lights.
Look at the Christmas lights. All right, we made it back.
All right, I'm doing a little pork belly grease, a little mustard, fermented mustard, a little balsamic. I'm just gonna cook that down a little bit. You know what else I'm gonna put in here?
What?
Fermented cranberries.
That looks beautiful.
Good. Yeah, and then I put the fermented cranberries on after it was already served. It is so good.
Anna, we like that fermented cranberry recipe. This is awesome.
Yeah, me too. I just put some on some oatmeal.
These Brussels sprouts are so
I want
good.
some applesauce.
Very delicious.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. It's been a great day. Even if we did find some stuff that was a little troubling in the house, it's just part of renovations. So we're moving forward. We'll be back at the house tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye.